Hello everybody, RoboProd Aviation's Robbie Kessler here, and welcome to the video, guys. Today, we're going to be taking the trusty 737 MAX 8 out for a spin. This one's by Max Team Designs. I've flown it a few times, and I really do like it and everything like that. So we're going to go and take it out for a spin and stuff like that. We're supposed to be taking this thing out to Phoenix, because we got some Phoenix scenery by Nimbus. So let's go ahead and jump up into the flight deck, and we'll get everything ready for push.
Folks, welcome aboard American Airlines. We're currently in the process of wrapping up the final paperwork. Should be on our way momentarily. It's a great pleasure to have you on board with us today. If you have any requests that will make your trip a little bit more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask one of your crew members. Again, welcome aboard.
Alright, so we are ready for push. I already got everything set up, flight plans set up. Today, let me just get these flight directors on. We'll go and arm the auto throttle, and we'll get the VNAV and LNAV on. So I already got our stuff in here. Our rotation, our V2 speed right here. Heading is right here. Thank you, flight attendant. And we got our flight level of 320. That also is reflecting in here as well. We got our engine stuff off for right now. We can actually go and turn that APU bleed on to get some air up in there and stuff like that. And we can go ahead and get our anti-collision light on. And let's go ahead and get the hydro pumps on. And since we are running full fuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding door is not closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross check, verify straps, stand by for all call.
We are running fuel. We're running fuel in our center tanks, so we'll go ahead and make sure that that's on as well.
This will bring if you need anything.
Thank you, flight attendant. We're gonna make sure that everything upstairs looks good, and which it does. I already did all the pre-flight, so we're pretty much ready to go here. So all we really have to do, this is the Aerosoft DFW scenery, just so you guys know. All I have to do is just release that part.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, so we are clear to start up our engines, so we're going to wait for this pushback. Looks like we're pushing back. And let's go and start up our engines. So we're going to go ahead and start up number 1 here. First things first, make sure that we get our engine bleeds on as well, and our packs can go off as well. And let's go and hear those sound. Okay, so now we are looking for that 25%. Now this does take a little bit in the in this aircraft, just because of the way that the aircraft is. So we're just waiting for that N2 to kind of rise. Once we get 24.5, there's that. Introduce our fuel. Look at those sounding as it. Alright, we got the click on our first engine. Let's go ahead and get our number 1 engine started up.
American Airlines, in just a few moments, we'd like you to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the cabin for an important safety demonstration on our Boeing 737 aircraft. Thank you. There are so many places to go in this world.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
So it looks like our pushback is complete, so we can go ahead and do that. We're just waiting
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
We're just waiting on our engines to get ready. Actually, we can go ahead and get those going now.
To open, lift up on the buckle.
We recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times, as turbulence can occur unexpectedly.
As we prepare for takeoff, please be sure your seat back, tray table are up, and carry-on baggage is under a seat.
Smoking is not allowed at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories.
Alright, just waiting for that click real quick, and then after that we should be good. There's that click. We can go ahead and disconnect the hand signals. Let's go ahead and get our engines on gin, and now we can go ahead and get those packs back on, that isolation back on. And then after that we can go ahead and turn off our AP bleed, because we no longer need that. Go ahead and turn off our APU just like that. And let's go ahead and...
Host disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, let's look for the pin on the right. Think for everything. So we'll go ahead and wait on that pin from our guy there. Alright, now that we get the pin, let's go ahead and get our flight controls checked. To look at the flight controls, all you do is go over to systems. And since my rudder is being a little butt-faced, we're going to be using my other stick here for the nose wheel. Let's go and do our flight control checks. Pull left, pull right, neutral, pull up, pull down, neutral. Flight controls are free and correct, and we can verify that.
Or blow into the red tube on the side of the vest. There is also a light.
Okay, so now we can go ahead and get rid of this now. And we'll go back over to our engines. Let's go ahead and get our flaps set up for our takeoff. We are running with flaps 5 today. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got flaps 5. Now let's go ahead and get our TCAS on. Even though we're not on VATSIM, we'll still do it. Everything upstairs looks good. Let's go ahead and toggle our taxi lights. Turn our runway turn-offs on. And then after that, we will get rolling. Alright, so we are just about to turn on to Echo Golf. This is where we're gonna, our whole point is. And we are gonna go ahead and get the, get everything set up, get everything kind of ready to go for our departure. We've already got everything obviously at the gate, but we need to get the rest of the stuff loaded, get the rest of the stuff ready to go. So, we're just a bit off center line, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and pull our throttles up 45%. And Toga. Press check, continuing.
V1 rotate.
Rotates.
Positive rate.
Gear up. $400. We're gonna go to hand fly up for just a little bit. Go ahead and get our autopilot 1 on. Alright, let's go ahead and There we go. And now we are climbing out. Alright, so we're past 10,000. Let's go ahead and turn those lights off. Turn that off. And everything is looking good. Not such a bumpy ride out, which I'm extremely surprised about. Normally, we would get... we would normally have a... what's it called? It would normally be really bad, but it's not, and I'm actually pretty happy about it, not gonna lie. So that's a good thing. My VNav went off. Why? Give me 1 second. Alright, so, my take on the Max Team's designs, 737 Max 8, it's actually a really nice plane to fly. The only issue that I have been, that I don't know if it's a actual flight system thing, but, the airplane loves to taxi, like, it loves to go is the thing. So if you're not really riding those brakes whenever you're taxiing, what ends up happening is it'll go over taxi speed, and if you have X-RASS open, it'll definitely show on runway, on taxiway, and it'll yell at you for that. So there's one of those things you really got to be mindful of the brakes on. But other than that, this is a beautiful plane. Sounds are modeled perfectly, as you guys can tell. It's all in all a great aircraft. I do recommend it.
This is in regards to a special meal. Would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
So as you guys can tell there, before I got caught off, the flight attendant was calling for Passenger Escobar. It's a thing in the Zebo that triggers that, and it's at random times too, which is actually quite funny, not gonna lie. But back to what I was saying though is, yeah, it loves to taxi, loves to climb, and everything like that. Other than that, the sound sets are great. You know, you get the full 3D sounds and stuff like that, and it just sounds amazing. It's with that F mod, which is really good, not gonna lie, and everything like that. It's a beautiful aircraft to fly. I love flying this aircraft, you know, because it's one of those, you know, I'm a big fan of Boeing, so this is like, you know, this is my favorite aircraft to fly, and it's a beautiful aircraft. I do recommend it. The only thing that I would say is whenever you get it, make sure that you guys update it, because I made that mistake, and they did this way before the MCAS system actually came to effect. So came to the fix for the MCAS, so it's gonna have that dropping down motion that you have in that, and it's, other than that, it's a really good aircraft. I do recommend it and everything like that. It's all in all pretty good. I love it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So we're level to our initial cruise altitude, expecting a fairly smooth ride today. We have the seatbelt sign turned off, and while you're seated, we do ask that you keep your seatbelt fast about you at all times in case we encounter unexpected bumpy air. And we do thank you for flying with us on American.
Alright, so we are at a cruising altitude of level 320. As you can tell, I've turned off the fast seatbelt signs, so the flight attendants and everything can do their whole stuff and everything like that. I really do like I said, the flight model is amazing on the Max. I've actually been on the Max in real life. I've actually been inside the flight deck, and this is modeled amazing. So what we're going to do first, let's go ahead and check up on our stuff. Looks like we have a route disco not on intercept heading. I already fixed that. Go ahead and put driver right there. And let's go ahead and look at our rest of the route. We have Linder and Lind, and then we have Westex, and then CCAN, EWN, driver, and then after that we got our descent right there. But our longest waypoint is going to be EWM, and we hit that 304 nautical miles. Driver is after that at 154, and then after that, that's when we start our descent into Phoenix. As well, since we don't have any ATC, we can go and get rid of that vector, because we will not need that, and we will be taking an ILS, so we'll be shooting that ILS, which will be nice. But other than that, it's going to be a very, very, very smooth flight. We do have some clouds on the horizon here, but it's not really bad, so we shouldn't be hitting any turbulence. So we are about 88 nautical miles to top of descent right now. We're going to go and get everything set up in our for our arrival. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go over to our internet ref, and I'm going to put flaps 40 with our speed of 126, and our ILS are taking runway 08. So let's go ahead and get that into the trusty MMR. I love this thing. It's really good. Works out amazing. And, you know, it works miracles. So, ILS frequency is 111.75. So we're going to go ahead and hit clear on this. 111.75. Double check it again. Very good. So now you just hit this button. It goes right there. Remember whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. 111.75. Transfer it over just like that. Next thing we need to do is get our course. Our course is 080. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put that in just like this, and then do the next 080 right there on that side. We can go over to our lakes page, and what we're going to do is we're going to scroll all the way down to our last waypoint, which is what's up in this case, and we're going down to 3,000. So we'll just press and hold, and then 3,000 just like that. Then we go back into our progress page. We have about 75 nautical miles to top of descent. So I will be coming back whenever we start our descent.
About to cross through 18,000 feet right now. There's Jakey intersection right there.
Alright, so we are about 8 nautical miles until top of descent. The airplane is going to be going down for us. Best part about Boeing right there. We have 3,000 sets. We had to put a little course in for a little bit on our departure, as you know. But other than that, Everything looks amazing. So we'll go ahead and get our descent speech going, so that way that's done, and we'll continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
A little update on the weather right now in Phoenix. We've got winds are 280 at 4. Visibility is 10 statute miles. Looks like we had a little scenery re-upload there. Temperature is a toasty 38, and the altimeter is 2975. So pretty nice day to land in Phoenix. So that'll be amazing. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the landing altitude real quick for the airport, and then after that we will get that stuff put in. Okay, so we get a pretty high altitude according to the charts. It's 11,035. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go about 11,000 for. We want a little bit of leeway because the thing does not go like individual numbers. So we're gonna go 11,000 up in there for that. So alright, so it looks like we have a little altitude constraint here for level 250. Then after that we go down again over towards ping. We do have a little decel here, so the airplane's gonna automatically decel. Sometimes we do have to put speed brakes in, so we'll find out if we need to do any drag. As of right now, though, we won't need it. So we'll just wait on this decel, and we'll see what goes on with that. And we will... okay, so it looks like on this decel, we did not need to add any speed brakes. It was just a tiny little bit of a decel. We have another decel coming up here shortly. Over here just before Brady, so we will be finding out if we will need to use, I believe we'll be needing to use speed brakes for this one, but we'll find out here in a second. Alright, so we're just about to pass transition altitude. Let's go ahead and grab our altimeter, and we are going to go ahead and switch that. The altimeter is 2975. So let's go ahead and get that into there. Same thing on this side. We're going to go 2975 over here. Just like that. And the airplane will correct itself for that change in barometric pressure. Everything's looking good right now, from what I am seeing. And no, we did not have to use those speed brakes. The aircraft loves, it'll pull back on its own. Great, like I said, beauty to fly and everything like that. So Okay, so as you can tell, we are hitting a bit of turbulence, obviously, because of the clouds. But we shouldn't have any turbulence going into Phoenix. But right now we're just hitting that little cloud, those cloud layers. Those cloud layers are causing the turbulence due to a wind shift sort of effect. Alright, so one thing that I forgot to do is do the checklists. Wow, I'm a very good pilot. We already know the landing altitude is checked. System annunciator, we can go that to recall. First ref, got our VREF. Everything's good on that, so we can hit. We have entered that. Bail radio minimums, we've already got that going. Navigation radio set and verified, so we're good at auto brakes. We are going to go auto brakes 2 as needed. So the descent preparation checklist has been completed.
Extend.
Alright guys, so we passed 10,000 feet. I turned the landing lights on. Runway turnoffs go on, and so do the wing lights. We might have to do a little bit of a vector in ourself on this one, because that's where the vector was going to be. But since we don't have any ATC vectoring us in, we're going to do the manual vector ourselves. So here's what we're going to do. Is we're going to go ahead and align the angle just right, and so that way right whenever we hit Vistal there, we can go ahead and get ourselves lined up on the ILS for runway. I think it's runway. I forget what runway. I'll have to look at the runway, but we'll be lined up for the runway. Then after that, we will go full on everything. Like Little Deserts, one thing I forgot to point out is this is one of the bugs in the Max Team Designs 737 Max. It happens in all of them. It'll do that with the HUD over on the FO side. I tried everything to get that to fix, but nothing seems to work. I think that they're probably going to be they're probably going to be an update for that where it will not be like that anymore. But, so... Alright, so we are just about to be passing the 6. So here's what I am going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to make sure, first off, that the waypoint is set correctly so that way we can do a manual vector into the airport. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to move Jamil up just like that, and the aircraft will follow suit, and then we can get on to the arrival. Looks like we're going to be a little bit on the high side, but the aircraft is going to do that. We're going to add in some speed brakes now. Get ourselves going up and set up for the ILS. Next thing what we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and hit our VOR lock mode. And what that's going to do is it's going to get ourselves on that ILS. I know we're going a little bit fast, but that is what it is on that. Once we descend a little bit here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the flaps going for our arrival. and everything like that. So we just hit our decel mark. The airplane's gonna decel. Have to add a little bit of speed brakes and everything like that. It's getting ready to capture the localizer here shortly, so that's gonna be great for us. So we're gonna get our first notch of flaps going. So we're gonna get our first notch of flaps going, guys. We already got that going. Go ahead and get the aircraft. I'm gonna take over. The aircraft is deciding it does not want to do anything that I want it to. So we're gonna take over, get it aligned on that ILS, and then after that, we'll let the aircraft take over. Let's go ahead and go our next notch of flaps here. Is well 2500. And we'll go flaps 5. Have a little bit of a weird angle coming in, but we just want to capture that loc is what we want to do. Which means that we'll have to we'll have to take over on this. We can go and get rid of the speed brakes. And let's go flaps 10. Gear down. Alright, so the plane's captured the localizer. Go ahead and go flaps 15. Sorry, voice crack. And let's go flaps 25. Flaps 30 and flaps 40. Alrighty. So we are set up for the loc. We're just waiting on the glide. We're a little bit low, but it's alright. It'll fix itself once we get on the glide. Alright, so we got the airport at our 12 o'clock. Looks good. Just waiting on the loc. We're a little bit off on our loc, so I'm gonna go ahead and take over. So let's go ahead and take over our airplane. Just for a quick second to get it back on that loc. Now we can activate that. Go VNAV, VOR lock. Now we can go approach, second autopilot. Alright, we are established. We are ready to go. Let's go ahead.
Approaching 08.
And we won't be able to get the land 3. We're gonna go ahead, control, our control. All right, let's do this. I like to go a little low on the glide just so that way we are able to land it. So
300. 200. 100. 50. 40.
all right.
20. 10.
Long landing, 8,000 feet remaining.
First screen.
Speeding knots.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phoenix.
4,000 remaining.
Welcome to Phoenix. Kind of a hard landing, but it's all right. We got this. Hard landing. All right, we got our gate ahead of us. So we don't land the ground crew. We'll go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and go in. We have a marshaller over here at this gate. So we're going to swing it around. The Max is kind of an iffy aircraft, so I'm going to go ahead and so yeah. Okay, we are parked at the gate. We'll go ahead and turn our parking brake on. APU gen. And turn the engines off just like that. And here comes our auto gate. Next thing we need to do is we need to get some power to the aircraft, some ground power to the aircraft. So we'll go ahead and start GPU. Set our trucks, and then we can move that, and we can go ahead and turn that off.
Prepare for arrival and cross-check, thank you.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and do our securing the aircraft checklist. First things first, the IRSs can go off. Window heats, they can go off as well. Go ahead and turn those packs off. Turn those blades off. And we can go cabin util off. And we can go logo light off and position light to off. Fuel pumps can go off, and our electric pumps can go off as well. And after that, we can go ahead and turn off our emergency exit lights, turn the ground power off, and turn that. Alright guys, thank you guys again for watching. Really appreciate you guys. If you have not already, make sure that you drop a big fat subscribe and drop a big fat like on this video if you enjoyed this X-Plane content. I'm going to probably do a little more of it in different aircraft as well. Until next video, guys, videos will be coming out every Wednesday, so make sure that you guys are staying in tune and make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.